Hey yo, and welcome back to the letter. We are here at the Upagat mansion. We tried to warn the Wrights, and they slammed the door in our face. And now we're hearing noises, and we're hoping it's Ash, but we're not sure. We don't know where Ash and Isabella went. They never told us. I would assume it was here. That would be my guess, and it was also Zach's guess, but we're not sure if we're right yet. Alright. I guess we'll continue. My breathing comes in short, shallow rasps by the time I make it back to where I started. Still no sign of him, and I'm beginning to think I'm just wasting my time here. But that's when I hear it. I recognize the melody in a heartbeat. Ma's favorite song. I listened for a while, trying to gauge where exactly from the house it was coming from. My feet start moving before I could stop them. And there, as I circle the corner, from a room on the first floor, a single window is open, but I can't make out whoever's inside. However, I'm sure the singing comes from there. Still, while I hear an old tune here of all places, I won't know. It's not an obscure song, by all means, but it's pretty rare to find someone who knows this. And for some reason, Death seems to follow this song around. Ah! Panic lodges itself at the base of my throat at once. Whoever's humming might be... I don't want to be the pessimist now, but on the off chance that it is Miss Wright.
Shit.
I shouldn't just barge in there. I can't put myself in danger before I can save anyone. Ash will tell me so in the exact same words. Might even write me a dissertation. Why that's a bad idea if he ain't so lazy. But damn it, god damn it! Someone could be in danger. Ooh, I feel like, ooh. Ooh. I feel like we shouldn't go in the window, but I am curious of what will happen if we go in the window. But I feel like we shouldn't. I feel like we should keep looking for Ash. My gut says Ash. If I have time, we'll explore this option. In the end, the rational part of my brain wins out. The half that has spent too much time around Ash, because those cries sound otherworldly. It's right, though, the reasonable part. If I do force my way in and find something unpleasant, how am I gonna fight back? With my camera? I mean, it could be like, what was that game? Fatal Frame. No matter where you look at it, that's simply asking for a painful death.
I have a better chance if I find Ash. What is he snooping about?
Perhaps I should try the forest, make a round farther into the gardens. Not a sound plan, but it's better than nothing. The woman's soft saws have subsided now by some means. Almost inaudible, to the point where I'm wondering if I truly heard what I heard. I didn't dwell on it much, though, because right at that moment my phone rings. The sharp notes cutting, piercing through the thick quietude. I clamp my hand over it, pressing the button before the speakers are close to my ear.
Are you?
I only caught the tail end of the person's greeting on the other side, but I know the voice well enough.
What was that, Ash? Could you repeat that? Signal shitty here.
I asked, where are you? Hell, Zach, I've been calling your number for a good 20 minutes now.
Oh, he's been calling you for 2 hours.
What kind of shithole did you get into?
Good morning to you, too. I should be asking you that question. I've been looking all over the mansion for you. I thought you'd be...
What mansion?
Do I really need to answer that?
Why are you even... No, wait. Just get your ass here at Isabella's place, and hurry.
I shift my gaze into the mansion, specifically at the window I heard the cries from. There's nothing of it now, not even echoes.
How urgent is this?
Pressing enough for you to stop asking questions and get yourself here. Please, Zach.
That gives me pause. It's a rare thing for him to take on that tone.
I'll be there in a few. An hour or two, tops.
Thanks. I'll see you.
I rush back to my bike as soon as the call ends. Without another look, I leave the mansion, along with its haunting melodies and grim echoes behind. There are more important things than my own curiosity and impulses. Marianne? Is Marianne a weeb? What is that? I can't tell if that's like a portrait of her or she's a fucking weeb. The numbers are so little on the top of my screen, and they glare at me at such intensity that I can just hear their accusations. I'm gonna attempt this accent. I'll probably give it up eventually. I'm late for a night out with the girls, yes, but I have perfectly good excuse. Jeez. Considering I don't follow typical office hours, they really can't expect me to be able to just go as I please at 5:30 on the dot. The client is, first and foremost, my priority. I have to sit tight when my personal assistant, Chris, tells me I have a big one coming up and I shouldn't miss this one. He knows a lot more on the who's who and the what's what when it comes to these socialities, and I trust that judgment call. I really don't have time for rich people, their drama or their politics. These sort who are born with silver spoons in their mouths, and who we're used to wagging their silver tongues about. I let him handle the negotiations with them for the most part. Why else would I have hired him? But he told me I've received a message about it an hour ago.
Now, if only he has the full shilling when it comes to the time.
Come on, I have a social life too, you know. To an extent. Sort of. Pressing my head against the table, I try to stave off an oncoming headache when the notification of a new email pops up. I'm expecting a, hey, this looks like a good project I found. Go send them a design, or something like that, really. That's how it often goes. Even with these rich, jammy clients who's heard of me from their equally rich, jammy friends, I can't expect them to hire me right off the bat. Which is all well and good and reasonable. We figure out what they want, send them my portfolio, my drafts for their projects, my rates, and hope for the best. This is a big client, Marianne. I'll babysit Beruthiel for you. So I guess this is way back. Just please take this one project. I promise this person is huge in Luxembourg. Just please take this one Mr. Parker, this is a formal request to secure the services of Marianne McCulloch, hereinafter called the designer, as authorized by Hannah Wright, hereinafter called the client, for interior design work at Ermegerd Mansion, Luxembourg, LX18 ORF, United Kingdom. The client hopes to have designs there on October 21st, Friday, with the time pending. But as I open the mail and see I've been requested by the client specifically, well, I certainly didn't expect that. And it's pretty straightforward, too. Anyone else would probably be excited. They would be working with the Hannah Wright. She's one of those rich socialites that everybody loves to talk about, no matter how hard I try to tune out such nonsense. It would have been enough for me to reply in affirmative to Chris and leave, but he has never pleaded for me to take on a project before. We've worked together with big personalities in the past, celebrities, bankers, and even a few politicians. My PA had been indifferent about those. So the question bounced around my skull before I spied one of the email attachments. A newspaper clipping from the Luxembourg Daily Business news section boasting the headline, Bright Enterprise donates 2.5 million, is that pounds or lira, to refuge. It certainly caused quite a stir back then. Apparently they have invited businessmen and socialites everywhere in the guise of it being some business announcement.
2.5 mil and an expensive looking party to boot. These people sure know how to throw their money around.
They sure do. None that should be so callous. They're going to do a lot of good and help community of people with all those pounds. So it's pounds. I, of all people, shouldn't criticize such acts whether they were for show or not. And at the very least, I know they'll be able to pay my rates. With the headline out of the way, however, I find myself staring at the picture that came along with the clipping. Because, wow, here I'm expecting a sour old woman in a blazer and skirt. But the woman was plastered on the French page. Looks like she belongs on the front page of the entertainment section, or even, if I to be crass, as the pin-up for a glamour. Okay, I'll be real here. It's a men's magazine. She sure knows how to rock that dress. Wait. Her hair, her eyes, her lips. She can't be her. At the same time, she is her. Only several years older. She looks just like... Oh, come on, Mac. The world is full of pretty blondes. It's just a coincidence. With a shake of my head, I snap out of it and reach out for my phone, when it buzzes nearly fall off my chair in the process. So does she know Miss Wright? Who else would be on the other line but the very people waiting for me?
Oh, piss. I'm so sorry, Cam. I'm on my way.
That's what I say. Yet I still don't move from my chair, face flushed and heart racing. I can only stare until I can will myself to reply that yes, I'm accepting the assignment. And it takes even more time for me to just close the image, shut down the computer and leave. Even then, it's already burned its image into my head. No matter how much I wish, it would just disappear. It makes me eager for the alcohol and the company. It makes me eager for anything that can help me forget. It's a good thing that the nearest pub is just a hop, skip, and a jump for me. Oh, a new place! The Galloway Shoal, as it is called by those who frequent the place, is the only decent Irish pub in this county. You can pretty much tell that someone is new if they call it by its official name, the Kroll Bar. My home away from home ever since I moved to Luxembourg. Well, that is when I'm not cooped up in my condo and working anyway. It has good alcohol, good company, and thank God and Saint Cecilia, good music. Crowd favourites like Bothy Noise, High Whistling, Men and the Second Fusion, orchestra are often played. Not to mention the singing. I love singing. Everyone could just break out into a drinking song and the others in the pub were just wonderful and they'd start singing along. And doing so while intoxicated is the best way to go about it. Hey, it's a win-win as long as you don't puke in the middle of the chorus. And as long as I can get home in one piece at the end of the day. And tonight is karaoke night. What better time than to try and sing all my worries away? That's what my intoxicated brain tells me.
The ghost of guilt and sorrow remembers who I am. And in the prison of my heart, I was my only slave.
Hello! She has a whole other side to her. But drinking only reminds me of home. And the thought of home makes me think of her.
But in the depths of my cold soul, I'll leave the burden and despair.
It makes me nauseous. It sickens me at the smallest reminder of her can cause me such grief.
I'll fight for what's worth fighting for. Forget the fear, forget the rest.
Of course, that might just be the booze. Any other day I'd be scolded myself for drinking so much.
I lied to the Lord, I lied to myself, I lied to you and everyone I care, until there were no more lies to tell.
But I already have a client and we've been having our first little meet and greet in a few days.
Cowardice is easier than being brave, but at last I found the strength I lost to sing my love letter to you.
They said the title.
'Cause people can lie, but my lone heart beats true.
I want to release joy this night, get over the hangover tomorrow, and return to being a prim and proper professional after.
That song was for Cam, our lucky bride-to-be. So give her a hand, Galway shawl.
Woo! I'm clapping! Considering the state I'm in, one can excuse my smug grin and cheers and applause rise among the pub's patrons. Because, possibly off-key, public singing aside, I feel like I'm on top of the world right now. And that's a good reason as any to belt out in front of these strangers. With good drinks and good friends, there's nothing else I'd rather be tonight. And I forget for a short while.
And that song was brought to you by Marianne McCullough, everyone! A round of applause!
That was so good. You rock, Marianne. Oh, please stop. You're just saying that.
You fishing.
You know neither of us can hold a tune, Marianne. A toast to our shameless drunk singer. May your drinks forever flow and your notes be ever lovely.
If anyone deserves a toast tonight, that's Cam. Finally sealed the deal after 3 years, eh? Read them in Weeb, bitches.
Which one's which? Kamala's diamond engagement ring gleams as she holds it up for all the world to see. Oh, so she's Cam. You're nobody. She has reasons to be proud. 3 years of living together, and her boyfriend finally asked her the big question. Obviously, she said yes.
Don't get too attached to that ring or the one after, sweetie. I was wearing a wedding ring not so long ago, and look at where I am.
Don't rain on her parade.
But enough of me being a downer. Cheers to a happy engagement!
Of course, if something like Haruna's divorce were to happen, I'd be there for Cam. Just as Cam had been there for me, acting more than just my yoga instructor, I can't be happier for my friend now.
Cheers! Cheers.
Well, we both will be there for Cam, won't we? Haruna and I. Well, don't expect it to fail before it starts. Haruna, it's been a real bad year for her ever since her divorce. She's such a nice person, even loaning me money to open a studio, and she didn't deserve what her husband had pulled. I'm happy she's smiling again, and picking out like she used to. I think we've all missed our Japanese firecracker. We met in yoga class, something I had joined to keep myself in shape, and well, honestly, so that I could make friends when I had moved to Luxembourg. Clearly it worked like a charm, and it definitely didn't have anything to do with the fact that I brought along my lucky 20 die with me on the first day. No, sir. Ah, fucking weeb! I love these girls so much.
What about you, Marianne? You're 30 years old and you still haven't got yourself a man.
I don't think Marianne swings that way.
And you guys know I have a very busy schedule. I don't have time for that.
Oh, come on! That's a lame excuse and you know it! You need a man who'll take care of you and you need it now! Maybe some hunk who'll be your house hubby while you rake in the dough.
You don't need no one to take care of you.
I'm quite capable of taking care of myself. Who needs a Mr. Right?
Add a W in front of that.
Hey, look at me. I'm Marion McCullough, a lawful neutral cleric with 9 points in wisdom and 8 in charisma, but I can't get myself a date.
Don't be mean. I mentioned druids and demons once, and they don't even know the rules or understand what the numbers mean. And I certainly am not some sort of holy person. I am a far cry from a miracle worker, and I barely have the willpower to fight off demons, especially my own.
Actually, maybe she isn't looking for a Mr. Right, but a Mrs. Right. Oh, my Marianne, we still love you even if you're in the closet.
Don't be mean.
That would explain some things. Howdy now, you don't have a ring anymore. Maybe you two can be together and I don't have to worry about my best girls being alone.
What are you on about? There's nothing to explain.
But the more I deny, the louder they tease until the other people in the pub start to watch. Doesn't help at all when Haruna drapes her arm over my shoulder and leans in.
Will I be all yours then? Will you be making me feel like a woman?
I know that they're just kidding round, but this doesn't make me comfortable in the slightest. So when Kamala notices my silence and Haruna sees the expression on my face, they stop. And when the awkward air settles over us, the rest of the pub goes back to whatever they were doing before the whole thing ever happened. They probably won't ever remember it when they wake up with the massive hangovers anyway.
Sorry.
Me too.
Hey, no hard feelings, right?
I raise my glass. They smile. We drink. There's no need to say more. We're all definitely far too drunk tonight. Eventually the fun ends. And it's a weekday, after all. And with Haruna being a nurse, she still has to get ready for her next shift. Cam also has a loving fiancé waiting for her at home, and really didn't have to make a fuss about having left some buns in the oven when she took off early. Really, I understand. I was the one who insisted, who was determined to get pissed drunk anyway. Moving to the bar, I sit. Alone at last. Alone with a stranger. Ho ho! I knew they met before! I haven't seen him here before, obviously not a regular. He hasn't said a word and just sits there savoring his drink. You're not supposed to be at the bar, you're liver! With his whiskey served neat in one hand and a lighter in the other, it doesn't seem like he noticed me yet. Maybe I should go before he does look my way. Because he was pretty, he was blonde, and those two things plus alcohol never did me any good. I thought too late. Judging by the way his flushed face and the dazed look in his eyes, he's as pissed drunk as I am. But whereas I feel like keeling over, he looks like he's still ready to take the catwalk by storm. Really. He just has the air of one of those men who think they own the world.
Hello there, sexy.
Ugh.
Please don't stand up on my account. I already like what I see. Fancy a drink? It'll be on me.
Yeah, I'll throw it on you. But then again, I might be pleasantly surprised if it proves me wrong.
Want some between the sheets? Sex on the beach? I'm talking cocktails, of course.
You're so disgusting! I hate you! Fat chance. But it doesn't matter, we both know how to play this game. And there are two different ways for the night to end. One thing or another is going to happen. The question is, what do I want to do?
Oh no, that's fine. I'd rather order some blue balls or some AMF if you don't mind.
What's AMF? He looks like he's about to say something witty retort, but stops himself and downs the rest of his whiskey. I order a mint julep. He gets another whiskey and starts the customary small talk. Of course, the saying, ask me no questions and I'll tell no lies, goes without saying. We ask nothing about each other, offering up falsehoods to establish a strenuous fake connection between two strangers at a pub, if only to pass the time. Whiskey. as I have come to call him, is supposedly 21 years old, single, takes care of his sick mother, and is a manager of some sort. Lie, 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 and lie. Manager of what? I don't care to listen to the details. Meanwhile, Mint, as he's come to call me, is 29 and I'm... What did I say I was again? Oh yes, I told him I was a professional chocolate taster. Because fuck it, if I'm going to lie about what my job is, might as well make it fun. It's a pretty decent chat between two pretty drunk strangers. And maybe it's just me. We might as fucking well expend the tiniest amount of effort in pretending there's something meaningful in this meeting. Would have been nice too if it had just left it at that. But during a lull in the conversation, he brings it up.
You know, I've never been with a woman taller than me.
Are you sure? You look like you're pretty short. And to think he might have been different from the rest.
Never have and never will, Whiskey.
I hope you don't sleep with him.
Can we go back to the history of chocolates? Did you know that chocolate candy was introduced in 19th century England as a healthier alternative to alcohol?
St. Lucy was the most beautiful woman of her time. She had men come from 4 corners of the world to see a pure light of her exquisite green eyes. If you were so lucky anyway.
No, enough of the history lesson. Come on, Mint. You know and I know what you came here for.
You're so disgusting. He makes my skin crawl. I don't know if I hate him more than... What was his name in Boyfriend Dungeon? Like Eric or something? I don't know who I hate more. Though not every suitor was gallant, and she was no fool. She had known that sooner or later she wouldn't be able to defend her chastity.
Come on. There must be something that gets you going.
Not you. So she had taken out a knife and gouged out her own eyes.
There is something, but I don't think you can handle it.
Impressed with her devotion, God restored her eyes and made them more beautiful than before. He has a peculiar sense of humor, hasn't he? Because that only meant suitors kept going after Lucy. It just kept her eyes in a chalice to scare them away.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I can handle whatever it is.
Throw your drink on him. Saint Lucy, help me. Help me turn away from sin. Help me with my own blindness.
My place isn't too far from here. I won't take care of you if it ends up being too much for you. And no one will be able to hear you if you try to scream.
What are you into?
You sure you want to go down that road, pretty boy?
He's not pretty.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
Gross. Your tie is too big for you. I knew it. I knew they've met before, and I knew they done did the diddly. The best thing about having my condo so close to the pub is the ease of access. As long as I can still stand and walk, I can make it home. Maybe I need some help from a kind neighbor or two to help me with the last leg if I've ever really gone overboard on the alcohol. But I always made it home. Sometimes with company. Of course, that's always comes with complications, especially with the real clingy ones. But isn't anything a good tip about stalkers to the building security can't fix? I'm always nervous though, even if this isn't the first time I've done this. In the first few minutes when we enter my room, in the first few agonizing minutes where I try not to panic. Okay, Max, so far so good. Don't let him smell your fear under all that liquid courage. He'll leave sooner or later and I'll never see him again. Just like every other man before him. I like to say to myself that men I've brought to my place were more scared than I was. There's no fear when I look into Mr. Whiskey's eyes. Only delight. Ew. When he starts touching me, I don't even hesitate when I push him against the door. Roughness is to be expected. As long as he sticks to the script, everything will go smoothly. We'll have our little tumble in the sheets, he'll leave, and we'll forget about it. If somebody asked what I really wanted, I would have told them that I wanted a bed of roses, chocolates, and music. Maybe in an Irish castle. But all I really want is her. And that's never going to be a reality. So is she gay? That was my fault, of course. Because I was afraid. Because I was a coward. Because they would never hold a candle up to her. She was the light of my life. I had to let her go. I can't even be bothered at the thought of her. Just a single thought of her makes me resolve to see this affair through a waiver.
Wait.
What is it now?
Yes. What is it now? Don't talk to her like that. What's it gonna be, Marianne? Sex or not to sex? Oh. I don't know. Because I don't know, like, no. It should be no. It just should be no. Marianne, do not sully yourself with this disgusting man. He will die alone. No.
We're both drunk.
And?
This is wrong. Don't you think it's a bit fucked up that we're about to have sex and we're just calling each other by the drinks that we had? How messed up are we?
Doll, shut up with the ethics and morality talk. It is seriously putting me out of the mood.
You're gross.
If you want to leave now, Whiskey, I understand. I mean, with how smashed you are, it'd probably be best for you to sleep the night unless you want to be mugged. But I won't stop you. And this isn't going to happen.
Good.
Bloody hell.
The achievement's called cock blocked. Of course he's annoyed at me for putting off our night of sexual congress. But no means no. And beyond spewing a few profanities under his breath, he surprisingly simmers down soon enough. I was worried for a moment he might try to force something. Instead, he makes a show of fixing his suit, smoothing down his hair before making himself comfortable on the nearest seat he could find.
What are you doing then? You have a guest in your home. Put the damn kettle on.
God, you're annoying.
Dandelion tea if you have it. But I suppose all you have are those shitty tea bags from the store.
If it isn't for the absurdity of this turn of events, I would have flipped him off for thinking I have no taste. But in the end, I just laugh. All I got are cans of Korean ginseng and lemon balm, though. No dandelion. Without a second thought, I do wet the tea, and for 3 minutes, I do get the kettle to a boil. 3 minutes where we say nothing to each other. I mean, what do you even say to the guy who's going to sleep with until I change my mind? I doubt he's even in the mood to talk about the influence of Troyes or Mallory. It's still unusual by the time we are both seated on my bed with mugs of tea in hand.
Just so you know, whatever is going on right now is a lot stranger and fucked up than the one night stand.
That sounds like someone who's getting blue-balled would say.
We are two messed up individuals by your logic.
Everything is messed up, if you ask me. War, terrorism, famine, poverty, loved ones and loved lost. Oh, this whole world is a cesspool.
He's drunk. The dead air is telling when it fills the room once more. One would think that this is the perfect time to burst, to spill out whatever issues that made us fucked up, that made the fucked up person we are today. And it is. But I guess some part of me would rather not put the weight of my problems on somebody else's shoulders. It wouldn't be fair to leave that to a person when I don't even know if we'll ever see each other again. Oh, you will! And with that, I have to end the episode because I'm out of time. Ha! I see McCulloch in a new light. She's a weeb, and I like it. I don't know who this picture is. It's weird. But anyway, we saved her from Lucas's dick. And his impregnations of people. But we will continue this next time. So if you like the video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit subscribe and ring the bell so you know when I post. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!